It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a recap on the Artist Way Challenge, and I am currently on week 6, but I wanted to recap week 4, and I'll probably recap week 5 in a different video. But starting off with week 4, which was recovering a sense of integrity, honestly, I would have to say week 4 was my favorite week, and I feel like I started to see a lot of synchronicities in week 4. Let me explain. So while looking over my notes, week 4 focused on how your little or your younger self would see the future you or the present you, and what would you like the older you to tell the you in present day and the you as a child. And I thought that was so cool because in particular this week I was around older people and I was around children, so I feel like it aligned perfectly with the questions in this book for week 4. For example, one of the questions in week 4's chapter was, remember yourself at 8, what would you like to do? And at 8, I was a performer at heart. I loved dancing, I loved movies, I loved just pop stars. And I've been in dance pretty much my whole entire life, but there were moments in my life where I did give it up for just other things that were going on in my life, whether that was school, I just didn't have time, or just other external voices. I gave up, or I kind of dimmed the light of the performance or the performer in me. And this week in particular, for week 4, I feel like I had a lot of opportunities to get back into the performance aspect of it. So for my artist date, I actually took a belly dancing class. It was a class full of older women, and I was the only woman who was in their 20s, which honestly, it turned out to be a very perfect and inspiring moment, and I still am continuing to go to this class. I've taken 2 classes so far, and I am going into week 3 of belly dancing, but I didn't expect to be in a class of people who were older than me, and I actually really did enjoy it. I feel like they had way more energy than me. They had they had better moves than me, 100%, but it just showed me that getting older isn't a bad thing or isn't a scary thing. And I feel like throughout my life I had experiences, or I would see the negative side of getting older and not so much the positive side of getting older. So going to that dance class really inspired me to not necessarily fear getting older, because all the ladies in that class were just so fierce and so cool, and they had so much personality. They were so fun. They each showed up in like such fun outfits, hoop earrings, the whole belly dancing skirt and scarves. It was honestly so amazing. And I feel like seeing with my own eyes how amazing life can be, or life is, or how happy older people can be, was just very cool to see. And I feel like it just made my week. So I don't really have any negative things to say about week 4. I think I missed one day of my morning pages, and again, it was probably just a timing or a scheduling issue. I probably had to like hop on a meeting and I just didn't have time to do it. And yeah, the artist dates, I went on a couple. I went to the beach, I went to the belly dancing class, of course. I went to an art class, like a painting and drawing class. And week 4, surprisingly, so I have done this challenge before. This is not my first time doing the artist way. And week 4 is actually when I stopped doing the artist way. And I think it just got to be too much for my schedule. But now completing it, I feel like it was exactly the thing that I needed right now. And I'm noticing moving forward with this challenge that a lot of the weeks are aligning with what I'm going through personally, and it's just really cool to see, and it's really cool to write about, and just look back on. So I would rate week 4 honestly a 10 out of 10, and I just enjoyed it.